point in you keeping the backup and not sharing it. Because if I go and I create a system, okay, I go to a client and I install these 2 doors. They work, no problem. But the client says, just give me a code, I don't need any cards. So he doesn't want the software, he doesn't want anything. He just wants a code 1, 2, 3, 4 to open the doors. And I leave it working, okay? Down the line, he needs to change the panel. There's been a lightning strike or a power surge or whatever, and he needs to reinstall a brand new panel. Now, without the backup, you have to program it from scratch. Okay, same, but it's 1 door, 1 code. How long is it going to take? Not that long, but imagine it's 100 doors. Imagine it's San Vincenzo, 23 panels. You're going to program it all? No. And if you don't make a backup, and the backup is lost, you will have to program it all. So if I go and I do an installation, I must take a backup with my laptop. That backup must come back to the office and be put on the server. It is important. Because if I install it and I have the backup, if you go there, you cannot work on the system. Not you cannot work on the system. Let me make it fucking clear. Unless the client has their computer or their server with the software. But if it was installed just by us, you have to give the backup to the technician that is going. Now that's not possible because you're not going to know when he's going to a client. You're not going to know when he's going to a client. You understand? So it's important that if you've done an installation, that backup, like ZK you take the backup, it comes here on a USB or whatever, you give it to Sandy and she puts it on the server in a folder with your name or with the client's name. So that if then James goes to a client where you set up the system, they can give you the file. If you don't, all you have is a blank database. If you add the panel, you erase the panel. Understand? If I can do a backup. I'll show you what I mean, because I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Okay? How to make a backup. You click on Tools. Okay? You go to Database. Not import and export data. You go to Database. Up here, the first option is Backup Now, which is fine, because that's what you want to do. You must tell it where to back up. I don't leave it in the default folder. What I do is I press Browse. I go to my PC and the C drive. Okay, so this computer and the C drive. And I go to New Folder and I make one called Access Control Backup. Control Backup. Oh, sorry. It's gone into the other. No, it's gone into my pen drive. That's because I'm on the trying to work sideways. So go here and just go Access Control. Okay, backup or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now my backup is going to go into this folder. You cannot use the desktop. You cannot use the My Documents because they're system folders. It doesn't allow you to back up in them. So you know. That's why I create this folder. Then click OK. And over here, you must give it a name. So obviously, you call it the name of the client. So if the client is Unitech Training, okay, you can use that name. And all you do is press OK. Okay. It says you must close the application because we are in the database right now. You cannot back up the database if you're in the database. So now we click OK. And the database is now backing up. There's not a lot for it to back up, so it won't take very long. But if we come down to that little green icon of before, and we go back to Common Info, which is where it is, it's currently backing up. It says back up now. Okay? We leave it a little bit of time. That will say running without problems, blah, 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 blah. It will go back to normal. Okay, so we give it a little bit of time. It's creating the file in the folder that we just selected, which if we go back to here, we go back to this PC, we find the C drive, under Access Control, it's creating this file, okay? And we give it a bit of time. By default, the file is pretty small, okay? I think about 7 or 8 megabytes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. See, now it's done. So server has some errors during operation. Okay, yes, because we've disconnected the network cable, and now it's come back on. That's what it does, okay? Now, we can go back into the program. And I have this backup file. If I click on here, look, it's gone 10 megabyte, in fact. I'm going to show you what happens if you go, I'm going to delete the database. And I can do that from here. I can go here, and I can go restart server, clear database. And if I go with the password, admin, so it cannot be done by accident, okay? This is, imagine, I've gone from one client, I've gone from, I don't know, Welby's, which don't have Rossoare. No, actually, they do have Rossoare, Pender. Pender, they have Rossoare. Yes. Imagine I've gone from there, and then I've gone to another client. Obviously, you have to back up the database you have and install the next database. If you go with the database of one client, it's going to overwrite over the new client. Okay? Doesn't work that way, so it's still erasing, give it a chance. Once it's erased, which it has almost done, it will come up with no networks, no panels, nothing. No users, no cards, no groups, nothing. Okay? Now, at the minute, wait, this is the bit I want to show you. At the minute, still works. At the minute, still works. I can turn off your laptop. I don't need your laptop for this to work. Because obviously you don't program your laptop and stay there. You understand? Don't do that. So, this is only needed to take backups, to make changes, to look at the log and fix problems, obviously, and to create reports, which I'll show you how to do as well. Let's go back in. So now, if I go back to our program, we open it up, and I go admin. Okay, like so. I've logged in. If I look at the program, it's going to look like it looked this morning. There's no networks, nothing, empty. Okay? So if I add the panel, I say, okay, they've got this panel. Oh, it's an 825. I can see it on the box. It says it. And I can call it the same thing. I can call it wherever I want. I'm going to leave it as network. Tell it it's an 825. I'm going to go to configuration. Okay, I can change the IP if I want. I can leave the IP if I want. Those things don't make any difference. What's going to make a difference is what you're going to see in a minute. Okay, it's found it. I can apply it. And then I can click OK when it's ready. And then I've added the panel, which is great. No, it's not great. Okay, and you're going to see why it's not great in a minute. Give it a chance. It takes a little bit of time to add. Okay, and we click OK, and we click OK. And now we've got another panel. It will say disabled for a while, it'll come back online. We will have the doors won't have any names. Okay, but that's not the end of the world. But certain things are. Because if for those doors you had 300 cards, you've now lost all of them. Every single card is lost. So if I look at the log will show me what there was before. If I use my fob, same fob, what happened now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because you have erased the whole panel. Everything. My user, my card, the name of the group, even the group I was in doesn't exist. Do you understand? Let's clear this as well. So we can click on this one, clear list. Okay, go again. Okay, give that a chance. Okay, there you go. It found it, but it ain't working. It ain't working. Understand? You've lost everything.
One question.
Yeah.
We clear. But we still, you remember when you told me, it's still working. We delete all the database from here.
Yeah, but we didn't add the panel.
Yes, I know. But
because for you to go to another client, you have to delete the database.
yes,
Otherwise, if you have the
we don't have any option to read the panel.
No, that's one of the first things I said. This panel cannot be read.
Okay.
You cannot go to a client like with a prostate with an alarm and read the configuration. No, the configuration is in the database only. Now, how to restore the database. So if we try again, nothing happens. I mean, the device is working.
Yes.
The reader is working, the panel is working, but we have no users. So if I go back to tools again, I go to database again. This time, instead of backup now, I choose import configuration and events. And I select it. It will tell me where's the file. Click browse, and find, don't go to the default folder because that's its own backup. Go to my computer, like before, exactly to my PC, to the C drive, find the folder that we had before, access control, find that called Unitech Training, and just basically click OK. Same thing again, click OK, and it'll say, are you sure? Because you're going to overwrite everything. You click OK, and it says you must restart, which is what we're doing. We can go back to the... I'm still running a bit slow. Okay. So it's importing configurations. In other words, it's restoring the data. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Okay, no, it hasn't finished writing to the barrel. Let's give it a little bit more time. Okay, it's on downloads. Boom, boom, boom. Once it goes down to 0, download. Okay.
Sorry, Chris. You mentioned before that you need to back up the database.
Good question.
Mela, let me show you another thing. Okay, before we change subject. Okay. Bear in mind, ZK Techo, I do not need to go through everything because the concept of a lot of the stuff is the same. How you wire the reader is the same. Creating groups is the same. It's just where you click that's different. Okay? So let me just go in with admin again. Or is it already open? No, it's not. Okay? Let's imagine Jorge comes to me. He says, Chris, I've lost my card. I have to be able to deactivate his card from the system. No. I do not want to just delete the card or delete Jorge from the system because it doesn't make any sense because then I have to put him in the group again and all that crap. So the easiest way to do it is if I go to the users, let's go to our users over here, okay, department, general, users, let's go to this one because I think it's on this user. Go to settings, okay. If we go to credentials, you can see that they're all currently active. Now, if I find my card, which I know is 555, okay, at the beginning, I can select it, where it says active, just click on the little arrow, and I can inactivate it. Just one of the cards, not all the cards. So the user still carries on working with the other cards, but if I try this one now, it will tell me access denied, card inactive. And then it'll turn around and go, oh, Chris, I found it, I dropped it in the card. Then I come back, I make it active again. Everyone's happy.
Okay.
Understand? So that's another important point. The last important point is how to make reports. This is something clients will ask you to do. It's not something you really need. But the clients will say, but how do I know who came in yesterday? You can say, you look at the log. Yes, you do, but they're not going to do that, so forget it. Okay? Mm-hmm. What they do, at the bottom, the very bottom of this hierarchy, you have reports. If you click on it once, okay, it will start opening the profile of the reports. Now, because of the screen, I'm going to have to move a few things around a little bit just to make this fit. Okay, just do this and do this. So you can see that by default, is this? So you can say who's been in today. You can click on it, and it'll give you a report of which cards or which people were actually in. Okay, seems easy. What I normally do is I go to panel reports and go to access report or attendance report. You can put attendance report. Now, over here, you have to select everything in red you have to select. So the first one is, what period do you want to know? They might want to know for a whole month. They might want to know just for a day. Okay? You can say, I want custom. So I want from this date at this time to this date at this time. So this is actually just today at the moment. So you can select individual users, or you can select everyone. I could say, I've got a new guy who started to work for me. I want to know how many times he's been down in and out. And you can get just him. So I could just go on this user only. Okay, I click on it, I click that. Or, if I want to bring it back, if I go to general, I get everyone, because it's the general group, we're all in the general group. Okay, if I go back, go down a little bit, I can select what I want to see. Which readers? I could say, I want to know how many times he tried to go in my office. You understand? But I can say main door. In fact, I can add all of them. I want to know what this person's been doing. Okay. Bear in mind, the other counts don't count because we have erased the panel. Remember that. Okay. And you can say, what stuff do you want to see? So we can say this is all good. And once we've done it, once we've done our selections, we click on this little calculate button to run,
Right.
basically it's an SQL query, if you want the IT definition. This is running an SQL query. Okay?
Something like select asterisk from user code.
Correct. That's basically all it's doing. I mean, I know we're not seeing it, but let's do it. Let's add that too. Because obviously we have just deleted everything. Today's the 20th. That's why it's not working. So, will it let us do the 20th? Yeah, it does. 20 to 20. Okay, so let's run again if it lets us. Oh, 2nd of June.
Maybe the time and date is not good. Maybe.
No, it's not do it time and day. 08 in the morning to, let's make that 2026. Now that doesn't matter. Okay. Why is it going back? Okay. Let's do it from here. Let's say last day is going to be here. Let's add everyone like that. Same thing. This one you can do as well. This is an access report. I prefer this because this allows you to choose, do you want to know if it was access denied only? So you don't have to read through all the good accesses. You can go through just access denied, or you can select both. You can say access denied, access recorded, access logged. You can pick all of them if you want. Okay. Obviously you can select which readers this applies to. Further down. Then in fact it will take it all from there, and we can do that, and we can run it. Okay, which is here. Obviously, because we've deleted the thingy, so we've got nothing. We've got absolutely nothing to report. But basically, what happens is it'll come up over here, and then all you do is press this little icon that looks like an eye, and it will generate an Excel file, PDF as well, that you can export, print, and do whatever you want to do with it. Okay, and ZK Tech on the same thing. I'll show you that. I mean, if you haven't seen it before, I'll show you. Okay. Obviously, because we're trying to look on the last day and not on today, so it doesn't count. Okay. You need at least a day's worth of data for it to actually be functional. Okay. Anything to ask on this? Because I'm going to close this system completely. Okay. What we can do is what I'd like to do really quickly, if I can.